Hi Aries, welcome back. This is Orla Moore with your weekly for February 18th to 24th, 2016. And I'm sorry you guys for my tardiness and my I don't know, my hiatus. I've been coming on periodically, checking the comments. I've answered a couple, but I still have a couple more to catch up on with you guys. Excuse me. I want to see what we have going on for Aries this week. Scoot that back. I rearranged my room. My legs are sore. I don't know, man. I should have stretched first. I could have pulled a hammy. I've got a lot of wood furniture in here, like real wood, heavy, not particle board stuff, like really heavy furniture, my bed frame and all. Got you confronting some fears this week from what I see so far. It's time to let that stuff go. Let it go. It's a thing of the past, and closure is needed here. Temperance and healing is needed here. So you confronting your past or someone from your past, yes, there's an element of truth. It's like you need to cut the bull and let them know, cut the bull and let them know what's really going on, okay? And we have the moon under the deck. That's the key. She has keys on her belt. And this moon card looks so much like this shadow side card, which is the devil. Okay? And beneath that moon card was the 3 of Swords. There was something going on here. You know what I'm saying? You may have to work on yourself as a single person, because there are some hurts, there are some resentments, there are some fears and obsessions, some things that are so time consuming, energy consuming, even it just leaves you spent to have to constantly worry about these things. It's time to convey that with this Page of Swords. And this Ace of Swords is letting you know that it'll free you. We have a hawk or something, some kind of bird. It's flying. Matter of fact, there's a bird on this guy's necklace. He's got the piece on the chain. Big Crit reference. I love Big Crit. Anyway, also in this World card, there is another bird. There's a man on one side, and from the archetypes that they represent, Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, and Taurus, those are our fixed signs, okay? Here we have this bird that is reoccurring in these 3 cards. It's a sense of freedom. Even in the Temperance card, there's a winged figure, an angel. You know what I'm saying? So let this free you from that obsession, from that time-consuming energy vamping. It's just sucking the energy out of you. It's sucking the determination and your ability to heal right out of you. It's leaving you stuck in a past situation, in a past worry, in a past anxiety, when it's time for you to move forward. Like I was saying, with this World card, you have the man on one side and you have that bird on the other. While there are 2 different signs, true enough, you could look at yourself as the man in that picture. It reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune, because we're coming on another season, which I just had to tell Pisces. We're coming up on another season, Aries, where you can gain this sense of freedom. But you have to take this sword, this truthful sword. You can't cut corners with this sword. It is cut and dry. Let it go. It's done. find closure on these issues within your partnership, within your job situation, within your interpersonal relationships, relationships with family, even friends. If it's bothered you, it still bothers you, and it's always in the back of your mind, a worry, a constant fear, anything of that nature, it's time to cut the cords on that. That's why you have these two swords so prevalent in your reading. And with this Temperance card, the sun shines so bright, brighter than this moon in the moon card, brighter than this luminescence coming out of the shadow side card. You've got sunlight. There is joy in the morning. You can't even see that rainbow back there, but it's there. It's there. Faith and hope. Everything will be okay. You just have to make the concession to let it go. It'll give you a sense of freedom. I do feel that it was a threesome situation. Maybe an act of infidelity, or someone coming in to some friendship or partnership. There was a third interfering, causing a lot of this anxiety and worry here that we're going to have to nip in the bud, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and pull your oracle card, which I was able to get for you guys along with my Tarot of Sexual Magic, and a book that furthers my education with the tarot. So I'm definitely trying to help in the best way that I can, the most informed way possible. And I don't want to steer you guys wrong, give you the false information in my dealing with it, because technically I'm a practitioner, I'm a teacher, I'm a healer, I'm a counselor, I'm a lot of things to a lot of people. Yeah. So even my oracle cards, that woman, you can barely see her face, but it's the memory of her, the essence of her that's reaching out. His mask is off. He took his mask off. And it's like there's a certain magic in that person that's reaching out to him, whether through dreams or memories. You know what I mean? And there's something, it looks like something is holding him back. He wants to take it. He wants to hold on to it. But she's reaching out and he is not. So if that's someone coming to you to put an end to this situation or come up with some type of solution to offer you closure, you should take it. It's all about looking at things from a different point of view, a different perspective. If you look at things in the moonlight, you won't see them for what they really are. There's a lot of illusions in that regard. And with her seeing that window the way it is, if she was standing in any other position, she may miss it. She may miss that opportunity to witness something so beautiful. It's like with the rainbow and this Temperance card, it's taking a step back, being objective instead of subjective to a certain stance on a situation. You have two swords cards here that are informative, that relay some type of message, some type of clarity. They cut through the fog in these foggy cards. They cut through all of that. They soar above it, like that eagle, that hawk, whatever this bird is. It gives you a sense of newfound freedom. Just point blank, period. So if that's what it takes for you to turn around and look at this figure, they don't even want to look. That's how fearful they are. That's how bound. You have to see it for what it actually is. Matter of fact, y'all, Mammon The word to the wise for this week, it said, beware of avarice. Focus on gaining needs and comforts. Avoid not being able to appreciate what you have in the constant pursuit of more. So, you got to get to the bottom of something here in order to remain comfortable, or to regain the comfort that you are seeking so badly. And it's like being in constant pursuit of more and more and more and more. You're building on a false, not false, but you're building maybe for the wrong reasons or with the wrong intentions, and therefore you're accumulating more and more of what you actually don't want. And maybe this is the week that really cuts through that shit and puts this moon card to rest. It's like, okay, say for instance you have a relationship where you need more trust and you need more stability, but you keep building on the attraction and building on the physical and building on this relation without cutting down to size what getting to the bottom of what makes you comfortable and what makes you humble enough to say, I have what I need. You keep piling on, or in this situation it's as if you're accumulating more just for the sake to say that you have more. It's more of a quality versus quantity. You're acquiring so much, but what is it of value in this regard? You have to free yourself from this perception, from this blueprint that you followed to get to this point, because there's something keeping you back from true happiness that actually you deserve. That it's time for you to have a peace of mind in a way. And I don't know exactly what it is, but I do know that it looks to involve another person. It could be an ex. It could be someone who broke your heart. Someone that, someone you're still with that broke your heart, in a way. Because that Three of Swords is, there's a lot of consoling going on here. But even still, it's like the fear of losing someone here. So still, instead of wanting to be single and comfortable and safe and happy in that, you're accumulating more memories or more material wealth in this union that's not repairing, is not tempering the hurt that you felt with the Three of Swords. So that's just one situation that I see coming through the cards. And because this is general, I feel like John Edwards, he was a medium though, where he only channeled for 2 or 3 people in a sitting that we saw on TV anyway. But for those that this applies to, this is very important for you because of these 4 major arcana cards out of the 6 that I see. And then a couple other underneath, that were preceding the one under the deck. They give me just a little more emphasis on the situation here. But it's time. It's time. Cut through those illusions. You've got the key. And the key is truth. The key is honesty. The key is within you. You got it. You know what you have to do. It's just the fear of doing it. And how it's going to feel afterwards. It's going to be weird. It's going to be different. It's going to be new. And people fear change. I always fear and change. But change is not always a bad thing. And most of the time, we change for a reason. Changes have to happen in order for us to experience something new. To be different people. To be who we're intended to be. Okay? You've learned your lesson. That's what I feel. That you learned your lesson. And this is not what you particularly, you don't want to continue on in this fashion. And I see that. You don't. You don't. And that's fine. That is perfectly okay. But it's time to be honest about it and confront it, you know, the best way that you can, just for your sanity's sake. Because the way this woman looks in this card, she affects him. She touches his soul in a way that no one else can. And that's so hard for him to accept or to neglect. He's kind of stuck. She sees him without the mask. Her essence, her spirit, her aura touches him in a way that he can't explain, but he can't deter it either. So this is a good week to make yourself aware of those things that just draw you in so strongly, and whether or not they're healthy for you, whether it's a person, a place, situation. You got to get down to the bottom of it. And that's all I have for you this week, Aries, and I'll see you guys next week.